One of the things that we're going to want to talk about fairly often is how quantities change. So let's take a moment and say just what it is that we mean by the change in a quantity. And this is a little bit complicated because we're going to want to have the same formula for the change in a quantity, no matter what, and positive or negative signs are going to turn up. So by the change in a quantity, we just mean the final value of that quantity minus the starting value of that quantity. Always in that order. So for example, if a quantity starts at 10 and goes to 15, then the change is the final amount, 15, minus the starting amount, 10, which is 5. So we say the change was 5. This is an increase of 5. On the other hand, if a quantity starts at 10 and goes to 5, well, the change is still the final amount minus the starting amount. But 5 minus 10, of course, is going to be a negative number. This is going to be negative 5. How would we describe this change? We would describe this change as a decrease of 5. Right, the quantity is going down, it's decreasing. Positive change is an increase, negative change is a decrease. If the change happens to be 0, that just means the quantity is not changing at all. Now, so this formula that we have, if we take this formula and add s to both sides, we get s plus c equals f. What's that? That is the starting value plus the change equals the final value. So this is our initial formula. This is what change means. This is a formula that we can use to find the final value. And if we now take this formula and subtract c from both sides, that is, of course, add negative c, we get a formula that we can use to find s if we'd like. Now, should you memorize all of these formulas? You don't need to remember all of these separately, right? If you know the first formula, change is final minus start, you can manipulate it using algebra in order to get the other two formulas.